So I'm in Dominican Republic having the most amazing time of my life. If you are interested in the 6-month citizenship process, you can take a look at this video. I've covered this in a lot of detail. One of my absolute favorite places for Plan B. But this video is going to be about Paraguay. Some absolute crazy clowns over the internet who have no clue of what they're talking about. They sit and they make a lot of videos, talk nonsense, bullshit, garbage. They don't know how Paraguay works or they don't work with the right people. Paraguay happens in 2 days, okay? And I'm talking about permanent residency. So you could either choose between a permanent residency or a temporary residency. The qualifying criteria is quite interesting. I'm going to discuss the permanent residency in the second part of the video, but let's first talk about the temporary residency. This is for the masses, this is for most people, okay? Because, and the reason I'm saying this is because it does not have any qualifying criteria. You just need a couple of bank statements with any kind of amount that you want to show to sustain yourself in the country. And then you need your regular civil documents, you need your passport, and then you turn up. And with our attorney in Paraguay, it takes 2 days of your time with immigration. The card will be issued later, but we got that covered. We're going to take your address wherever you're living or wherever you want the card to be mailed, and then it just simply works like the Palau NSID. You're going to get a mail with all your documentation, your cedula, your residency card, all of that stuff. You don't have to be in the country. Some absolute clowns will try to hold you back. You don't need to be. You need to be only for a couple of days. So let's say you're planning a trip, a one-day trip to Mexico. You collect your permanent residency from there. It just takes 1 day with us. Covered this several times. I'm not going to repeat that. You can reference the videos about Mexico. Let's say you're then headed to Paraguay. Give us 2 days. You spend the time with our attorney. 1 day, second day, couple of different places that you visit, complete your process, and then head back to wherever you need to head back next. And then in your mail in, let's say, a few days, you're going to find your benefit, right? So you don't have to be in the country. The qualifying criteria really does not exist for the temporary residency. Before, it used to be $5,000 of deposit in a bank account for the permanent residency, but that's no longer the option. So they have taken that away. So you don't have that because initially everyone did that. Now instead, you show a couple of bank statements, you get the temporary residency. The beauty of this option, the main highlight, is it's a territorial tax-based system. It does not have any minimum physical presence required to maintain the temporary residency. So that's and it's indefinitely renewable. So let's say you don't want to make any changes, you want to hang on to it for as long as you want, you always have an entry to Paraguay. In a couple of years, you can actually upgrade this into a permanent residency, so you always have that neat and convenient option. A lot of people are savvy and they don't like the term temporary. They want permanent. And yes, it's absolutely possible to obtain permanent residency. In fact, I would say it's even simpler than before. Before, you had to open up a bank account, put $5,000 in it, and then apply for your permanent residency permit. But now it's kind of simpler. You give a declaration stating that you're going to commit a certain capital to the country over the next 10 years. The amount is not high at all. And you don't have to move this money right now. You're just simply giving them documented declaration that you'll do it in some point in future. You get the permanent residency right now. You grab it, you lock in your option. And then in future, over the next 10 years, you move that little bit of capital in the country and then you satisfy the requirement. A lot of people ask me, what if I don't move it? Of course, you got to be sensible, right? Be smart, be sensible. Don't fool around with immigration over a small amount. So either you just get the temporary residency and upgrade it to a permanent residency in a couple of years. If you want directly the permanent, you have the appetite, and not right now, in the next 10 years. And the valuation of that amount in the next 10 years could be peanuts. So let's say you move it really late in the game, then you're looking at not much of a value that you're putting in that country, but you're getting the benefit way ahead of its time. And at any point in time you are interested in scheduling this in a series, let's say you won't plan a trip to Latin America, so you're visiting a few countries, you want to make sure you optimize your time while you're not just touring and enjoying the vacations. You're also collecting important Plan B residencies, which can then lead to citizenships in future. You can always click the link, book a call. We can discuss which ones best fit. Now, a lot of these Latin options don't require police certificates, not for the wrong reasons, just for convenience and speed and ease. Let's say you really don't want to get those, right? So you have options where you can skip the police certification part, just get your passport, just get a couple of bank statements, and you can start collecting these residencies while you are vacationing in the country. When the right time comes, you can schedule you, spend the right amount of time in the country, apply for your citizenship, collect the benefit, and that way you are having fun, you're enjoying, you're entertaining yourself, plus you're collecting important, valuable residencies and citizenships. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to smash the subscription because I keep covering things from the ground, practical realities. The reason that the main factor that differentiates us from anyone else is that our focus is on finding the right talent, right? When you're talking about these Latin residencies, the bureaucracy can be absolute nightmare, and that is where you want to legally find the right people doing the right things, right? Establish the right network, right connection, and they can absolutely create magic. They can get you your benefit way faster than anyone else could, and that has been one of my key focuses: is be on the ground, go to the right places, identify all the attorneys or circle all the attorneys that you can, but pick the one that's actually directly connected to the immigration, who actually works at the immigration office day in and day out, knows the nitty-gritties of how to speed things up and get you your benefit so you don't struggle, you don't run from pillar to post. We do that with the right people. You pay the right money at the right spot, optimize your time, be sensible, save a ton of money in trying to do this on your own, and get the right help, get the right connections, get this done in maybe a day, maybe a couple of days, maybe 3 days. Everything else can be run in the background. Your cards, your benefits can be shipped to you at your home country, right? Not with Mexico. Mexico, you're collecting the card and then you're going, but other places we can have this shipped to you. All right, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subbed and catch you in the next one.